Welcome back to Remade in California. I'm career coach Pat Pattison. We're the show that explores people who are launching new careers and businesses or simply reinventing themselves. Joining us is strength and conditioning specialist Kevin Bailey, who lost 70 pounds and has maintained that weight loss. So Kevin, I got to ask, how and why did you do it?
Well, the reason why I did it, first of all, was because my mother died of a heart attack at the age of 56 years old. And so genetically that was in my health history. So I decided I didn't want to leave my son, my wife, or my child, without me being there, because I miss her and I don't have her here to just say I love you or to comfort me or to get advice from. So I decided I didn't want to put them in that situation or circumstance. So what I did is I decided to really tighten up on my own health and, do it for my son and for my wife. I have a 14-year-old son right now, and I want to see my grandkids. I want to see his kids. Yeah. And so I decided just to really tighten up and to really, do it and live the life that I need to live.
That's a big motivator. So there's a lot of information, a lot of misinformation out there. One day we hear it's circuit training, the next day it's some new infomercial on television. How do you weed through all of that information as to what's best for you?
Well, first of all, that's what you have to do. You have to figure out what works best for you and what your goals are. Okay. So you have circuit training, and you have to decide, okay.
Explain circuit training.
Circuit training is what you do is you go from one exercise to the next exercise to the next exercise. For the gym, so you set up stations or machines. Right. And what you do is you'll do a certain amount. You'll say you do a chest press, and you'll do that for 30 seconds. Then you may go to another, do crunches. You may do that for about 30 seconds. Then you keep moving back and forth, back and forth. And what it does is it raises your metabolism, your heart rate. You get a good sweat, a good exercise. And a lot of times these are very intense. So what you have to do is you have to be very mindful of, okay, where am I on this? Do I have any musculoskeletal issues? Do I have any knee pain, joint pain?
Particularly at a certain age.
Yes.
Well, we could do it 20 or 40. You can't do it 55
right,
or 60.
Exactly. Even though you may think you can, but so you have to really listen to your body. And so you may have to decide, okay, I can't, this may not be the exercise for me. So, or maybe if I do these exercises, maybe I'll do, less intense, or I'll try to make sure I can do a modification in that circuit.
What does it mean to be a strength and conditioning specialist?
Part of what I do is help them to build their bodies and strengthen their bodies. I help them to also put up exercise programs and I tailor it for that individual because we're all different. So, this person may have had a knee replacement. This person may have had a hip replacement. This person may just want to get in strength or in great condition for the upcoming football season. Right. So you have to tailor it for that individual because we're all different. And, it's not a cookie cutter thing. One size does not fit all.
Right. And you're a post-rehabilitation specialist.
Yes.
So how does that affect? So that means somebody's had a trauma or an accident?
They've had a trauma or they've come out of surgery. Let's say they've had a total knee replacement.
Okay.
So the physical therapist will work with that individual, getting to a point of where, they have some healing in their knee. They have a certain range of motion, a certain amount of functionality with that knee, and then they turn them loose. Well, a lot of times, and also what they do is they'll give them a sheet of exercise to do on their own.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, the person doesn't do those exercises on their own. So that's where I step in.
You're helping them take it home.
Yeah, so I bridge the gap from that office to going to a gym, to running that 5K, to, being independent, going up those stairs without any problems.
And it's got to be an amazing thing that you personally went through the weight loss. And I mean, did you have physical challenges going from somebody that was bigger to somebody more in shape?
Not from that standpoint. The thing for me was just being consistent with it. I hated, I was an athlete all my life and played football. And so I didn't really like working out in general. Okay. I just did it because it was a part of, playing football. They said, you got to do this, so I did it. But the thing for me was being consistent and really going time and time again. Instead of me just saying I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I just had to do it every day until I needed to rest. And so that's where it came for me. And the thing I noticed most is I had more energy when I was lighter. I could go upstairs without feeling like I could go up 13 steps without feeling like I went up, a stadium.
So that's the weight part. How does strength factor into either a man or a woman in terms of importance?
Oh, it's very important because first of all, the strength is going to help you with your muscles, your posture. There's a study that's out that says that, after the age of 30, we lose 1 pound of muscle mass each year afterwards.
Wow.
So if you're 40, then you've already lost about 10 pounds unless you're doing something to combat that. And so when you start losing strength, you start losing posture, you start losing, your metabolism goes down. So now you're going to easily gain weight. You look at cookies and you gain 20 pounds. And so, things of that nature. But if you're strong, you keep your metabolism up, you keep your posture tall. I know there you go, Pat. You're just like that, because if you start losing that strength, your posture starts sinking in and you start, caving in and you get tight muscles. That's where the joint imbalances come in. That's when you start needing injuries and replacements when you lose that strength. But when you're strong, you can run, you can do all those things you used to do. People go upstairs without any problems, go up, you do hiking. All those things that you love doing, you're able to do if you're strong to do it.
What did you need to do to get certification for what you are doing? And what should people look for when they're out to hire somebody like you?
Well, for me, what happened was that, since I was an athlete, this was something easy for me to get into while I found my real career. When I first got out of college, I just wanted to, I didn't want to do that anymore. I was into recreational therapy and health and things of that nature, but I wanted to do computers because that's where everything was going. And then I kept bumping into, I don't want to sit at a desk all day. I don't want to do these things while I did my, fitness and training, all that on the side.
It was kind of compartmentalized.
And then finally I said, okay, I kept bumping my head against the wall. What am I supposed to be doing? Well, they say you're supposed to do what comes natural to you, what you love doing, what you have a passion for. It's fitness. It's health. It's helping people. And so then I made a 360 and said, okay, well, why don't I put my energy into doing this? And so I went and, I started studying. I got a certification through the American College of Sports Medicine. I went and got another certification through the National Strength and Conditioning Association. And so they have a lot of practical things that you do. You go and then you keep learning and growing. Also worked for a chiropractor in an MDDC practice, and I did post rehab type of therapy with those individuals as well. So I just kept building and growing. And each year I tried to learn more and more and more.
Isn't that great?
And ended up working at a hospital, and that's where the post rehab came in as well.
How do you keep your entire family fit and healthy?
One way to get is to find an activity that you all can do that you enjoy doing together. And that's first of all, do that. Because
video games, right?
Yeah, my son would like that, but just he likes to walk, and so we all just started walking. Even though I run, and he runs now, but we started walking together. We started doing some little hikes together, and so you start building upon that. And so he started saying, okay, well, I can walk 4 miles, maybe I can run 1. And then he started running 1, and then he started building up to 2.
How old?
He is 14 now.
Okay, because that's hard to do for somebody that.
It is.
I admire your ability to get somebody like that age motivated.
Yeah, well, it wasn't easy, so I had to start. One thing I had to do was not push it, but encourage.
Not shame him.
Yeah, not shame him, not encourage him, but just say, would you like to do this? Would you like to come? Hey, that would be good for you. Because he's at an age where, Dad, I want some muscles. I want muscles. Well, if you do a few push-ups every day, that's a good start for your son. So, then you can start there, and that'll build your chest up. So he liked that. Now, because that appeals to, girls and things of that nature, thinking him strong. So he liked that.
Wow, what a great message. Appreciate you being here, Kevin. For more information about Kevin and to see some of his strength conditioning exercises, YouTube him at Coach Kevin Bailey. And for more information on how California's community colleges can help you be remade in California, go to doingwhatmatters.cccco.edu.